Martell Holt has finally broken his silence, and the gospel world is stunned. For years, fans and critics speculated about the tension between him and Arionne Curry. But now the truth is out, and it's far more explosive than anyone imagined. This isn't just a clapback. It's a revelation exposing private struggles, personal battles, and behind-the-scenes moments no one was supposed to see. So what did Martell say that's got everyone talking? How deep does this conflict really run? And why did he stay quiet for so long? Martell Holt has been a household name in gospel music for decades, known for his powerful voice, inspiring performances, and dedication to ministry. But behind the spotlight, whispers and rumors hinted at tension and disagreements with Arionne Curry, fellow gospel singer whose talent and influence are undeniable. Now, at 45, Martell has decided to speak, and he's not holding back. What he reveals goes beyond simple disagreements, revealing years of history, private struggles, and moments fans never saw. Martell's journey in gospel music hasn't been easy. While fans saw chart-topping hits and polished performances, few knew about the long hours, personal sacrifices, and pressures behind the scenes. It was during these years that he crossed paths with Arionne Curry publicly. Their collaborations looked smooth, but behind the camera, disagreements over music direction, ministry, vision, and leadership quietly simmered. Fans noticed small signs of social media post and interview comment, or a subtle shift in behavior that hinted at something more than professional rivalry. Martell, known for choosing his words carefully, stayed silent for years, observing the tensions but not responding publicly, perhaps out of respect for his career, personal growth, or faith. But time turned silence into speculation. Misunderstandings grew and unresolved tensions became grudges. While Martell continued to perform and inspire, the quiet storm with Arrione lingered, an open secret in the gospel community. So why speak now? Sources say Martell reached a point where staying silent did more harm than good. Rumors had taken on a life of their own, and he needed to reclaim his story. His decision to respond wasn't reactionary. It was calculated, deliberate, and honest, designed to set the record straight. Martell's statements first surfaced in a private meeting with collaborators, then went public through controlled social media posts. He addressed past misunderstandings, clarified moments that were misrepresented, and corrected the rumors that had quietly spread for years. What stood out most was his tone, precise, calm, and honest. He wasn't seeking revenge. He was protecting his integrity and reclaiming his truth. Fans and insiders were captivated, with many celebrating his courage, while others were shocked by the depth of his revelations. Even Arionne Curry reportedly didn't expect such a direct and public response. Behind-the-scenes conversations suddenly became more complicated as both navigated the fallout. Social media exploded, with clips of Martell's statements trending across platforms and analysts. Fans and insiders debating every word. The most striking aspect of Martell's message was his vulnerability. He shared personal and professional struggles and how misinterpretations had affected his career and sense of purpose, humanizing him for fans who saw public figures often battling unseen private storms. Insider accounts revealed meetings and discussions, adding layers to the conflict. This wasn't just a clash between two artists. It reflected the pressures, miscommunications, and challenges of the gospel industry itself. Within 24 hours of the public release, the gospel world was divided. Some praised Martell for honesty and courage, while others questioned the timing and possible motives. Fans started analyzing old interviews, performances, and social media posts for clues about the tension, and every lyric, comment, and interaction took on new meaning. The conflict sparked broader discussions about accountability, transparency, and professionalism in the gospel community, as pastors, artists, and insiders debated how personal disagreements can affect careers and influence. Social media became a battlefield of opinions, ranging from support to criticism. Amid all the chaos, one lesson stood out. Martell's decision to speak wasn't about revenge, it was about integrity. Silence may protect temporarily, but it can also let misconceptions grow. Speaking out, even when risky, can reclaim your truth and restore your voice. For Martell, the clapback was liberating but came with scrutiny and pressure. For Arrione, every action and statement was analyzed under a microscope. And for the gospel community, the confrontation became a case study in relationships, influence, and public accountability. What happens next? Will there be reconciliation, or will tensions escalate further? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: Martell Holt's bold move has left a lasting impact on his career, Arionne Curry, and the gospel world as a whole. As the days and weeks unfolded, the impact of Martell Holt's revelations continued to ripple through the gospel community. Fans dissected every performance, interview, and social media post, searching for insight into the tension between him and Arionne Curry. Conversations that once happened quietly in small circles now erupted online, creating heated debates among supporters, critics, and casual observers alike. The story became more than just a personal clash. It evolved into a reflection of the pressures, expectations, and complexities of working in an industry where faith, talent, and reputation are tightly intertwined. For Martell, the aftermath was a mix of validation and challenge. While many applauded his courage to finally speak openly, others scrutinized every word, questioning whether his timing and method were strategic or even fair. Meanwhile, Arrione faced her own challenges, navigating the public eye after the exposure. Every statement, performance, and post was weighed carefully, as fans and insiders looked for her response. The tension between them remained palpable, even as some attempted behind-the-scenes reconciliations. Industry insiders began discussing the broader lessons of the confrontation, the importance of communication, the cost of unresolved conflicts, and how personal struggles can easily spill into professional life. Mentorship, leadership, and accountability became key topics as artists and pastors reflected on the example set by two of gospel music's prominent figures. Social media amplified every reaction, creating a multi-layered conversation about integrity, transparency, and the realities of fame in a faith-centered environment. Through it all, one message resonated: honesty comes at a price, but it also carries power. Martell's decision to share his side of the story was not only about clearing the air, it was about owning his truth and reminding the gospel community that even celebrated figures wrestle with private battles. As the dialogue continued, fans began to see both Martell and Arrione in a new light, not simply as performers, but as human beings navigating complex emotions, careers, and relationships under the intense scrutiny of the public. The long-term effects of this confrontation are still unfolding. Some relationships may heal, while others may be permanently altered. Careers may shift, and the gospel community may emerge stronger and more aware of the delicate balance between personal integrity and public image. What remains certain is that Martell Holt's bold move has sparked a conversation far beyond music, a conversation about truth, courage, and the cost of silence. And as both artists move forward, the world watches, waiting to see how this chapter in gospel music history will ultimately be written. In the weeks following Martell Holt's public revelations, the conversation showed no signs of slowing. Gospel leaders, fellow artists, and industry insiders weighed in, offering perspectives on the tension between Martell and Arrione, while also reflecting on the larger implications for the gospel community. Many emphasize that conflicts like these, when left unresolved, can quietly undermine trust, collaboration, and the spirit of ministry. Others highlighted the courage it takes to speak honestly, especially in an industry where reputation is closely tied to faith, character, and public perception. Fans remained deeply engaged, revisiting older performances, interviews, and social media posts in search of clues or moments they may have overlooked. Discussions online ranged from speculation about private interactions to debates about accountability, forgiveness, and professional conduct.